Amanda Nunes versus Megan Anderson takes place this weekend in the co-main event of UFC 259, Blachowicz versus Adesanya for the female featherweight world championship. The title is on the line. Nunes defends one of her two belts in the featherweight division, this time against Megan Anderson. They're calling her the top contender of the featherweight division because they don't officially have any rankings, so they can't say number one ranked because, again, even if there were rankings, she wouldn't be a top contender right now. She lost to Felicia Spencer, who should, and I don't even know if this is true, because again, they don't have a rankings for the division that they've put on in the $4 billion company of the UFC, but Felicia Spencer is ranked above Megan Anderson, I would assume, in that female featherweight division. So Amanda Nunes taking on the girl who lost to the last girl that Nunes beat. Dominantly, by the way. Megan Anderson got completely dominated by Felicia Spencer, taken down immediately into the fight, smashed out completely, no chance whatsoever, and eventually got rear naked choked in the first round. And now it's time to see if Amanda Nunes can dominate the girl that got dominated by the girl that Nunes just dominated. I can't wait for this one, guys. I mean, the excitement, I know you can see it on my face right now. Nunes is going to go out there and do the impossible and see if she can cement herself as GOAT status. I'm joking, it's absolute terrible fight, shouldn't be made. Women's featherweight division shouldn't fucking exist. It's literally handing free legacy to Amanda Nunes that doesn't even exist, because the last two opponents that Megan Anderson fought had a combined amount of wins of 10, and now she's fighting for a world fucking championship. It's an absolute disgrace. I'm embarrassed for the UFC. Their highlight of Megan Anderson leading into this fight is her accidentally glancing Kat Zingano with a toe to the eye that was meant as a head kick that actually missed and landed with the toe in the eye. It's a disgrace, man. It's a disgrace. Norma Jamont is a bantamweight. That's her title elimination bout for the featherweight division. She's not even a ranked bantamweight in the women's divisions. She's Megan Anderson's title elimination bout. Felicia Spencer's taking on a girl who's 1-0 in MMA next. And that might get her a title shot. I just can't, I can't contain my excitement for this one. Nunes, it's all on the line. You know what I mean? There's no way she goes out there and ragdolls her. I'm joking. No, Nunes is going to go out there and ragdoll Megan Anderson, in my opinion. I don't see this taking place on the feet too much, because it seems like in her last two fights, Nunes has found it very safe to go to a decision. We saw that against Germaine de Randamie, where she had some problems on the feet, don't get me wrong, and Megan Anderson is a big girl. She's got some power. She's going to have probably more power than anyone that Nunes has fought before, purely because of her size out there. She's a big girl. She cuts a lot down to 145 pounds. She's going to have the size advantage. She's going to have the reach advantage as well, which is something that Nunes isn't going to be used to, but still, I imagine that Megan Anderson's going to have some power, and she does have a chance to go out there and land a big shot in those early rounds, as people do in any fight, because as much as I like Amanda Nunes, she's not that good. I know she's a world champion, but hear me out. Technically, she leaves a lot of holes for people to find and exploit. It's just that the opponents around her are one of 5 existing women's featherweights in the world. So, you know, I don't think they're going to be able to exploit those holes. Even James Krause, Megan Anderson's coach, came out and said in the fighter picks, you know, I think people are, you know, I think we have a chance, you know. That it wasn't even that James Krause is saying, I'm picking Megan Anderson, I've seen her train, she's got the recipe to beat Nunes. It was literally James Krause saying, hey, who do you think wins, Nunes versus Anderson? You know, man, we got a chance. We have a chance, you know. Like, it wasn't the words I want to hear. And I think they know that they're sending a lamb into slaughter here. And it's not even going to be a slaughter. It's going to be a fucking snooze fest for 5 rounds. I'm sorry if I'm being disrespectful here, but it's just kind of, I'm done with this featherweight division. They should have made a female atomweight division at 115 pounds, not a female featherweight division that you can't even put the rankings on your website for because you're embarrassed about it, because there's no one there, and they're just signing absolute crumbs to fuel this division, to add to Nunes' legacy, which just wouldn't exist in a normal situation. This isn't a division. You're just somehow gaining legacy points and a belt status, and considering yourself a double champ, you're not beating anyone. Like, the Cyborg win was good, I give her that, but like, Spencer survived Cyborg, and now she's earned her title shot against Nunes. Oh, Megan Anderson only got dominated in the first round by Spencer, and now she's fighting Amanda Nunes. Like, I don't get it, man. There's no excitement here. It should be the feature fight. I'd rather Dominic Cruz versus Casey Kenny on the main card and put this to headline the prelims, in all honesty. I don't care. It's going to be a 5-round decision. Nunes has shown in her last 2 fights against Spencer and Durandamy that she has a much more willingness to engage in the grappling and take opponents to the ground. She got 8 takedowns against Jermaine Durandamy. And that was mainly because Jermaine Durandamy literally had no idea what she was doing in terms of defending takedowns. No idea what an underhook was. Just continually put her legs together, moved backwards in a straight line, and got taken down and scooped up over and over and over again. She was almost able to submit Nunes, though, even as bad as she was in the grappling. Even she almost submitted Nunes at a moment with a triangle, but Nunes escapes. Got clipped with a head kick and a knee in that fight as well against Jermaine Durandamy. Other than that, Felicia Spencer just did nothing against Nunes. She landed a couple of glancing shots each round, but mainly it was just Nunes getting on top, dominating every single round, landing some good ground and pound. Spencer would get up and the commentary would go crazy about Spencer is alive in the 4th round, like she was doing something other than being alive in a 4th round of a bout. But I think Nunes is going to go out there and get a 50-45, 50-44 decision over Megan Anderson, taking her down over and over again. We saw Holly Holm move up to the featherweight division and just ragdoll Megan Anderson. I know people are going to call this MMA math, but it's not. It's MMA algebra. I watched Felicia Spencer take down Megan Anderson, control her on the ground, and beat her up there. I watched Nunes take down Felicia Spencer on the ground, get control, and beat her up from there. Now we're watching Megan Anderson versus Amanda Nunes. I've got a funny feeling, okay, that Nunes is going to have a grappling advantage. I know I'm like spilling the beans here after my top secret research. I was actually hiding under the cage at ATT. Didn't see Jones there, of course, wrong camp. But I saw Nunes drilling some takedowns, so I just have a sneaky suspicion that she's going to be a better grappler than Megan Anderson. Don't know what it possibly could be. It's not like we just saw the girl that fought and dominated Megan Anderson get dominated by Nunes, but, you know, just gonna shoot whatever it is in the dark here. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore in this fight. I'm losing the will to live. Remove this division. It's a non-division. But Megan Anderson could fucking fluke this in the first 2 rounds. And I could see it happening, you know what, with a knee up the middle or something like that. If I was going to pick Megan Anderson to win, and if you want to make some money, I'd bet on Megan Anderson because I've seen the odds. It's a fight and Nunes is, like, very technically unsound. So, I know she beat a lot of girls. But, like, it's just the way this you know, it's just the way this side of the sport is. She's not that good. So, she does leave a lot of openings. Maybe Megan Anderson could land a knee up the middle in the first 2 rounds. So, if you want to make some money, I assume there's a lot of money on the first 2 rounds or under 2 rounds, Megan Anderson by KO. She's like a crazy underdog, which is ridiculous. So, you know, put some money on her or something. But yeah, I've lost all hope in the middle of this prediction video. I'm sorry. I just can't get amped up for this. It's not even a fucking fight. She literally complained about... I don't even understand how she got a title shot. But, you know, Megan Anderson, she's worked hard for this one, you know. People need to realise the effort she's put in to string together a fucking groundbreaking win streak of 2. All good, though. Looking forward to it. I'm not. Nunes will win by decision. Taking her down each round, controlling her on the ground where she needs to, landing good shots on the feet as well. And I just see her shooting a takedown immediately and just Megan Anderson having no idea what she's doing to defend it. In all honesty, that's how I see this fight going. Nunes is going to dominate. The bantamweight division is far better than the women's featherweight division. The fact that Nunes came up in the bantamweight division is good because... it's a better division overall. You're bred differently, you know. Megan Anderson's sort of just been handed everything she's ever got in her career by fighting absolute cans and facing no trouble whatsoever other than against Felicia Spencer, of course, and Holly Holm. She's just been gifted top competition opportunities over and over, and now she's got herself a title shot. It's a fight, you know, and there's going to be 2 women in there swinging. So, yeah, some of them might land, and that could lead to some interesting moments. But for the love of God, if Nunes wins this one, which I'm saying she does, by the way, if you haven't got that by this video so far. If Nunes wins this one, I'd say fucking bin off the division. Bin it off. Fuck off. Get rid of it. No one needs the featherweight division. Doesn't even exist on your website, so why would it exist in our minds anymore? Remove it from reality. Create the women's atomweight division, or create a men's division like 165 and move 170 to 175 eventually as well. Like, there's so many better divisions we could add, and this is the one they've chosen because I guess they kind of like Megan Anderson's ass or something like that. I don't even know what it is, but whatever though. She's going to fight this weekend, so look forward to that. You want to read some stats about this one? Nunes has a higher strikes landed per minute, a higher striking accuracy, a higher striking defense by far, a higher takedowns average, a higher takedown accuracy, a much higher takedown defense, a higher submission average per minute, and the only stat that Megan Anderson has in advantage of Amanda Nunes, I don't even know why they record this stat like it's a good thing, is strikes absorbed per minute. And she beats her by quite a significant amount when you consider the competition that the two of them have faced. You know, like, Nunes has been in there with Shevchenko and won. Megan Anderson's been in there with fucking Norma Jamont, so it's the only stat that Megan Anderson leads in, other than height and reach, is strikes absorbed per minute. So, whatever. Maybe she proves me wrong, and this whole video is a sham looking back at it, and all of a sudden I'm the laughing stock of the MMA community. But I fucking dare the MMA gods to try and jinx this shit. Nunes is actually a decent fighter. Megan Anderson landed that one punch against that one girl who's actually a bantamweight, but took it on short notice because there's no fucking fighters in the division that they've built. Why is there a division? You know? She missed it. Let's look for her UFC career. Okay? So Holly Holm beat her, dominated her every single round. Okay? She fluked to win over Kat Zingano. Then she gets dominated by Felicia Spencer. They find Zara Fen dos Santos out of nowhere and she wins by triangle choke. Good job, Megan Anderson. Then she, like, clips Norma Jamont a fucking bantamweight. And now world championship. It's mad. But, you know, must be all this, you know, it's just so hard to be a female nowadays, you know what I mean? Just everything stacked against her. Breaking down barriers in the sporting community. That one barrier being a win streak, and that's all she needed to break down, and now she's got herself a title shot. It's a disgrace. But all good, though. Winner of this one, what next after this? I guess, what, next Holly Holm title shot, a bantamweight, maybe? I don't know. If Holly Holm beats Juliana Pena, maybe, I don't know. Aspen Ladd, who knows who's going to be next for the big challenge for Amanda Nunes. The only one I could see actually doing any good whatsoever is Jermaine Durandamy, but she doesn't even fight full-time. She's like a part-time police officer, so, like, she's a part-timer, and she's the only threat to Nunes. How does that even work? Whatever, though. Goodbye, thank you for watching. Oh wait, hang on. We'll see after this one. Maybe Nunes will still be ducking Juliana Pena. Pena thinks Nunes is ducking her. Yeah, it's just mad. See you later. Like and subscribe. Click that button up there. Goodbye. Nunes wins, if you don't know already. 50-46. No. That would mean that Megan Anderson somehow... I don't even know if that's a possible scorecard. 50-44. I think there's one 10-8 maybe. I don't know, though. I don't really fucking care. I'd go 50-43. We'll say a couple of 10-8s, because they're giving them out a little bit more frequent nowadays. So, yeah. Especially in women's MMA. Goodbye.